Are you interested in the utility of a truck, but you want the ride quality of an SUV?
Ryan, I don't know if you knew that, you can get it with the new Honda Ridgeline.
Justin Thompson
What's
from
going on,
Smale
man? How
Honda.
are you?
What are you doing here?
I work here.
Would you be able to take this vehicle on a test drive with me today?
Absolutely, I'd love to.
Let's go for it.
Let's check it out.
If you're interested in a Ridgeline, come check out our inventory. We're online at smalehonda.com or come see us off Route 30 in Greensburg. Justin, the exterior color of this one is great because I love how it hides dirt.
Yes, it's called Sonic Gray.
Yeah, and we have blacked out features on the outside, it looks like too, right?
Yes, so this is the Black Edition Ridgeline. So this is that just step above the Elite.
Looks like you got fog lights as well too down there, right?
Fog lights, full LED lights. You got the front bumper sensors. You also have rear bumper sensors.
Let's look at those wheels because we have those nice glossy black. What size wheels are those?
They're the 18-inch gloss black wheels.
Yeah, and they look like they're pretty heavy duty there too. I'm just going to give them a little,
give them a tap.
knock. Yeah,
Yes.
that's heavy duty.
Good quality, for sure.
Yeah. Some other blacked out features along the side. I noticed those side view mirrors.
Yes.
With turn signal indicators on them.
You see the black Honda logo there. And you got the Ridgeline stamped into the tailgate.
Yeah.
This
looks so nice.
Oh, absolutely. I love that stamp in the back tailgate. That sets it off. That was an upgrade for the 25 model year. You do have the bumper sensors in the back as well. They have the tow hitch and harness already on there. You can see the dual exhaust tips, the chrome exhaust tips. Just a great look in the back.
As far as towing capacity goes, do you know what it is on this?
It is 5,000 pounds.
Okay, all right.
Yep.
So you do have some towing capacity.
Yep.
But our favorite thing about this tailgate, right,
Yep.
is that it can open multiple
It
ways.
can, yeah. There's two ways it can open up. So the traditional way, you can bring the tailgate down just as so. Right here it says release. That's how you know where to grab the handle, and then you can swing it open from the side.
And
now
that's great because it lets me get in.
For sure, you can push stuff in all the way in. And then another thing to think about with larger trucks, full-size trucks, the wheel wells do protrude into the bed. That does not happen on the Ridgeline. So you can actually lay stuff a lot flatter than you can even on a full-size truck.
You're right,
so.
it is pretty flat.
Yep.
And as far as storage goes back here, you don't only have storage here.
You have it underneath too.
Yeah,
you got the Ridgeline bin, you know, everybody loves this. So you can store a bunch of stuff down there. If you're going out camping and fishing, you can put ice and you can put your fish or drinks down there. There is a plug that can be taken out to drain the water if you need to as well. Just really, the utility in the truck is awesome.
What's also really nice, just to point out, this locks.
Yeah, it's smart entry. So as long as you have the key fob on you, you're going to be able to unlock it with the button here.
Okay.
However, if you needed to, you could actually manually lock it with the key that's inside of the fob.
Okay.
If you want to make sure that everything is completely secure down there, and you could give your key fob to somebody to park the truck. So if you're going to valet the truck or something.
Now jumping into the back seat here, Justin, really cool. You have a cup holder on the armrest here on the door. You have a nice little storage in there. The other things that you have here are these black leather seats, but there's something really cool about them. They have red perforated leather in there.
Yep,
so.
the red stitching all through the Black Edition. So you're going to see that in the front seats as well as the back. You do have the armrest that doubles as the cup holders there. They like to put these little cell phone holders in there, so that's what that little square part is, in my opinion.
And when we look up here, we can actually see we have ventilation for the back seat. That's big for these back passengers.
Tri-zone climate control, and you do have the outside seats are heated as well in the back.
How cool is that? Heated seats. You have a 12-volt charger, 2 USB-C fast charging ports. You got a lot of charging options here in the back seats, as well as some storage options on the back of these seats. As far as storage options go, there's another way to kind of get more space back here.
You can lift the seats up.
Yeah,
there you go.
Just like that, you can have a lot of vertical space here. I'm just going to push that back there.
Yep.
But yeah, you have a lot of vertical space here to store larger items.
Yep.
You know, you also have a bed.
Right, exactly.
But,
plenty of utility in the truck.
Yeah,
you know, just
really
another example. And you can put stuff underneath, and you can put the seats down, so you can store stuff underneath there too.
Cool. Well, let's go ahead and get this thing on the road, Justin.
Let's check it out.
In the front seats of the Black Edition Ridgeline, Justin, some things we should mention up here. I noticed it said Black Edition. It's actually stitched into our seats, right?
It does. It does. So it's
That's
Black
cool.
Edition there, and like the back seats, you'll notice that you have the red stitching as well up front. with the
Yeah.
perforated leather with the red underlay up here too.
It's
so in
really
the seats.
sporty. I like
Absolutely.
it. And you can see it there on the steering wheel. You have lots of ribbing and things like that here.
Heated steering wheel, by the way.
Nice.
Yep, and that's right there, that button right there.
Cool.
Heated steering wheel. And I don't know if you knew this, so you have the standard remote start on the key fob,
Yes.
okay, for the vehicle. When you remote start the truck, let's say in the wintertime, it's gonna turn your heated seat on for you automatically,
Cool.
your heated steering wheel, the heated windshield,
Wow.
front and rear defrosters, and your outside mirrors automatically, and brings the cabin to a comfortable 72. And then how about in the summertime, if it's hot, it'll turn your cooled seat on, bring the temp down for you automatically as well.
Well, that's awesome. I love remote start. I use it every single day in the wintertime here.
Yep, absolutely.
We kind of touched on it there a little bit. We have heated and cooled seats for
Yes.
the driver and passenger.
Yep, heated and cooled seats.
Yeah. And 3-stage.
Yep.
We have charging options up here. We have
do.
USB-C, USB-A, a 12-volt charger, and that's wireless charging
It
up
is
there.
the wireless phone charger, and then you have the wireless integration for Apple CarPlay and Android Auto as well. So you don't have to plug in.
Yeah.
So nice seamless integration with the phone to the car.
And we have a push button shifter here, very easy, park, reverse, neutral, drive, and sport.
Yes.
Pretty self-explanatory there. What's this button here?
So that changes your all-wheel drive torque distribution. So
Okay.
you have it in normal right now. See how it says up on the dash?
Yes.
However, you can switch to snow in inclement weather. That will more evenly distribute your all-wheel drive system. You're always in all-wheel drive, by the way. And then you have the sand and the mud setting for those slower times. You'd really want to gain some traction, or if you actually are traveling in the mud or on the sand.
Cool.
But you can switch out on the fly while you're driving.
Well, we'll keep it in normal here while we're...
Normal's a nice position to put that in for dry days like today. So in normal mode, it's gonna run like an all-wheel drive vehicle. It's called a real-time all-wheel drive system, where it's gonna have more power diverted to the front wheels than the rear in the normal setting. When your wheels start to slip, it'll distribute the power where it's needed. But again, you have that snow mode, that if you're traveling in inclement weather, you have more peace of mind.
A big thing that I always like to show off whenever we're in trucks, it's always about storage. We have this armrest here.
Yep.
When I lift this up, we have a lot of storage in there.
A lot of storage space, and then you got the little change. Little change compartment there.
That's nice.
Where you can stand the coins up.
And it's pretty easy to clean because there's just a little flap underneath here you can just pull out and clean that.
And there's no charging connections in the center console. That's great, so you don't have to fight your way down through all your junk to plug anything in. They have all the plug-ins outside.
So I noticed a bunch of buttons over here on the left side of the steering wheel. Can we go over those real quick, Justin?
Sure. So starting in the upper left-hand corner, the P with the green light on it, those are your parking sensors. So that green light indicates that it's on, and now they're off, and you can just re-enable them. So that's your front and rear parking sensors, which will beep when you're getting close to something in the front or the rear.
We'll demonstrate that.
Yeah, and the beeps will get closer together as you're getting closer to something. To the right of that is your stability assist. So that's going to be the little icon with the squiggly lines with the word off underneath. That's the cargo light for the back bed.
Okay, so that turns on the lights. There's also an AC 115-volt button.
Yeah, and that's to enable that for the tailgate. It's actually road departure mitigation.
Okay.
Yep, road departure mitigation, which will actually brake certain wheels and keep you on the road altogether. It'll steer the wheel back into the road if need be. Now that sounds a lot like lane keep assist, which is this button, which actually just keeps you centered in the lane that you're driving. Road departure will actually pulsate the wheel to alert you if you're falling asleep as well.
Okay, so that's more of the alert functions. And then we have our front collision.
That's your forward collision brake mitigation system. They have the ability to turn it off. I don't think of many reasons why you would ever want to turn that off, but Honda gives you the ability to do that.
So on the right of that, we have another button here, and that's
That's the heated windshield.
Okay.
Yep, and you'll see that amber light whenever it's on.
On the left side of the steering wheel, we have our volume buttons and our seeking buttons for our radio. We also have our home button here, which brings up all these things on the left side of the dashboard.
Yep.
So many different things. We could spend an hour on that. We won't do that.
Right.
We also have a push to talk button over here.
Yes.
So that begs the question, do we have Apple CarPlay, Android Auto in here?
Yeah, the Apple CarPlay, Android Auto integration, and that voice command button will bring up Siri or Google in either case to make phone calls, text message hands-free with punctuation, or use any of your navigation apps as your navigation system. You do have standard Navi on here, but a lot of people use their phone integration.
And you can do other things like listen to your own music if you have an app like Spotify and things like that. So I absolutely love that feature.
Yep.
On the right side of the steering wheel, we have our safety features. We'll demonstrate those on the test drive, but
Yep.
if your adaptive cruise control and your lane keep assist we were talking about earlier.
Exactly.
If we look at this screen here, we are on the home here. We talked about the Apple CarPlay Android Auto integration. You know, we have all these other settings in here. Just want to give people kind of an idea of what's up here. And if they have any questions, they can leave them in the comments section and we'll, you know, try to answer them.
Just to touch on something real quick, in the vehicle settings, you can customize how the vehicle locks, unlocks. You have walk-away auto lock. You can have it automatically lock up when you walk away from the vehicle with the key fob. It must be on you. It won't lock the keys in the car. So you can customize and set it up the way that you want. Even the Honda sensing technology, you can customize that as well.
Another thing that's big up here, Justin, we have this sunroof with a shade. We can open that up. I can, you know,
That's the back window.
sorry, yeah, if I press this button, that's going to bring up the sunroof, and you know, I can just one press forward to close,
And then you can slide that, and then that's for your back window that opens up in the back there.
Wow! So one little press of a button, you can have the back window open as well.
Sunglass holder here, and then I don't want to skip this part. The automatic dimming mirror. Yeah, the home link system for the garage door openers at home too.
Well, that's really great. So in reverse here, you can see we have a nice big backup camera. We have projected lines, changing angle. We have an alert.
Yep. That's your rear bumper sensors. And again, you have the front bumper sensors as well. As you get closer to an object or a pedestrian or whatnot, it's going to beep in the intervals we get closer together as well.
Cool. Well, it looks like we have a bunch of different views here. We have a wider view. We got a straight down view. And that's really just giving us a good look around us, which we really like. Does it have anything else looking out for us? Obviously, we have parking sensors.
You do, like that, yeah, but you have the cross monitor detection. So your blind spot indicator on the A pillar up here, if any vehicles are traveling behind you, it'll beep and indicate what side they're coming from. And that was just happening there with that car that was right behind us.
So if I'm in reverse here, so I'm noticing there, Justin, actually, the car was coming up on our left side. Obviously, that's our cross traffic monitoring whenever a vehicle is going.
Yeah, it uses your blind spot indicator on the on both sides, the left and the right hand side, and it will beep and indicate what side a vehicle is coming from.
So we're gonna get this thing out onto the highway here, Justin. And that has a nice, smooth transition up to power. I really feel like, you know, it wasn't lacking any power or anything there.
No, you had the 3.5 liter V6 engine, just like the regular Ridgelines in the previous generations. You have the 9-speed automatic transmission, so you're going to have that nice smooth transition up to speed. You're going to have the unibody structure for the Ridgeline. It is not built off a ladder type frame like other trucks would be, so that gives it that SUV ride like you were mentioning earlier, that nice smooth ride that you get out on the road. So with the Ridgeline, you have the 3-year, 36,000 mile comprehensive warranty. That's all the electronics, all the bells and whistles and computer systems that run the vehicle, the motor for the moonroof and the seats, just for an example. And then a 5-year 60 on your powertrain. That's your engine, drivetrain, transmission, and your all-wheel drive system. And with the Honda Ridgeline, the 26s, you have your first regular scheduled maintenance handled at any Honda dealership, and that takes care of your first oil change, filter change, tire rotation, and your multi-point vehicle inspection. And we have lifetime free inspections for you here at Smell Honda.
We're going to check out the turning radius here. Nice, you know, right within those two lanes. You know, right around, and off we go.
Their turning radiuses are great, and how that's able to happen, it softens up the steering at lower speeds to help you maneuver. And then when you're out at higher speeds on the road, it stiffens up, which is exactly the way that you want it to operate. Yeah,
having a truck that can turn pretty quickly though, too, is really nice.
Oh, for sure. Yep.
I'm noticing this little icon light up on my side of my door here.
Yep.
What is this doing, Justin?
That's your blind spot indicator. So that's going to let you know if somebody's in your blind spot. And if you have your turn signal on too, it'll beep inside of the cabin as well. So as a second warning, just to make sure that you don't move into that lane if somebody's there.
And that's really cool. I love having blind spot monitor. It doesn't matter what kind of trip you're on, you know, it always comes in handy. You never know where there's going to be somebody driving pretty crazily beside you or in your blind spot.
Or even if you have to maneuver quickly, you know, you can confidently know if you don't see that light on there, you can move into the lane. So yeah, it's nice to have it, and obviously it's on both sides.
Another feature I really like for road trips, we have the lane keep assist button right here. I'm going to go ahead and press that. And what that's doing is why don't you tell me,
Oh,
Justin?
sure, yeah, absolutely. I'm the professional, right?
Yeah.
It's actually keeping you centered in the lanes that you're driving down. So up on the dash, below the speedometer, you're going to see those green lines, and that's how you know that the camera has caught view of the lines on the road. If you start to drift, it'll pinball you and keep you centered in the lane. Never suggest having your hands off the wheel, but how wild is that, you know?
Yeah.
And it's just to help you out. It's not to substitute your steering. You're always going to be able to maneuver the vehicle. So misconception is that it's going to hold you in the lane. That's not the case. You can maneuver the car, but if you're not paying attention and you're drifting or falling asleep, it'll keep you on the road.
And it really is, the lane departures coming up and alerting me as well. It's kind of vibrating the steering wheel and telling me up there to keep my hands on the steering wheel.
Exactly.
Anytime that I go to exit the lane, but it's the lane keep assist is keeping me within the lane. So I am barely doing any of the driving at this point, you know. Especially, I went ahead and activated my cruise control. I went ahead and set it to like 69 miles per hour just to show what this is doing, because we've slowed down, right?
And that truck actually in front of us is starting to slow down, and so is our vehicle. So it's catching that view of the vehicle in front of you, and you can actually bridge that gap between you and the car in front of you with the interval button there. So you actually have it on the most distance, and if you hit that button, that'll actually bring that car icon closer, so you can bridge that gap between you and the car in front of you.
So if they slow down, we slow down. If they speed up to the speed that I have set, we speed up to
exactly. It'll actually match speed of the vehicle in front of you, and then when you get in the fast lane and nobody's in front of you, it'll pop you back up to whatever speed you had set on your cruise control.
So the Honda Ridgeline is a really cool truck, I think. And Justin, if people have questions about any of this stuff, how would they be able to contact you?
Sure, yeah. Well, they can visit me right here on Route 30 in Greensburg and ask for me, Justin Thompson, or visit us online at smailhonda.com.
That's going to do it for our test drive today. So until next time, enjoy the ride.
Thanks, guys.